Hey.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a rising star on the phone this morning.
Thank you.
He's been working his rear end off, playing in bars on Broadway in Nashville, coffee houses in Houston.
In Houston.
Yeah, it's Bud? Is it Bud or it's Brad Paisley, right? Brad Paisley, Rising Country.
Yeah, well, thinking of going by that name, maybe. What do you think?
I don't know. I think Brad is a good name, and I do want to introduce you by saying this: rising country star. Here he is, a guy who tells Rolling Stone magazine, quote, "I've been ripping the Rolling Stones off with every song I write in some form or another," unquote. So I got to ask, you must be proud that on April 19th, instead of suing you, Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones are releasing a live album, including you. They obviously figured out it would be easier to recover the damages that way.
Oh, what it is that we settled out of court, and it's weird because I'm the one that ended up benefiting. I don't get it.
I know it's crazy. So I want to ask you about this new single you have, and I want to get the real story because I know, Brad, you've been all over Instagram talking about how the song's about Kimberly, right?
Yeah, well, she's making me do that.
Yeah, because you co-wrote it with the legendary country songwriter Gary Nicholson.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
He is. He wrote my all-time favorite country song.
Which one?
You Couldn't Change Me.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Gary, the way the song came about, this is the way songs are born in Nashville. I went to a guitar show where they were down in Franklin, and Gary was there. I was looking at his vintage guitar show where people set up and sell guitars. And I was just kind of wandering around. I didn't know what I was really looking for. And Gary was there, and I saw him, and he came walking up. And we had just done a blues night together a few weeks earlier where I went and sat in with Kev Moe. And Gary's a great blues player. And Gary came up, and he goes, "Hey, do you have an early 30s Gibson 00 acoustic?" And I said, "No, I've always wanted one." And he's like, "There's a beast. There's an amazing one over here in the corner." And he walks me over to this little booth where a guy's got one for sale, and I pick it up and strum it, and it's fantastic. And I'm like, "Don't you want it?" And he's like, I've got one. You get it." And I said, "Well, I owe you." And he said, "Just write a song with me." So I said, "Well, great. We'll write them on these guitars." So he came over, sat down with that acoustic and his. He brought his over, and we sat and wrote this. And that's how it came about.
Wow.
And that's the way songs ought to be born, where you like collaborate with. So it was the first time we ever wrote,
right.
And I'd had the idea for a little while for this title, based on just my own experience. It's like I've written the other side, as you know, I've written the other side of the coin a lot, whereas like Ticks or I'm Gonna Miss Her or whatever, being goofy and celebrating goofiness and flaws and whatever. But in this case, it's like this is more like let's write what she deserves. And that's what I try to do.
Well, it's an awesome song. I just wonder if Kimberly knows that another guy was involved with writing it. And the fact is that Gary's wife, Barbara, is 5'5". So I really believe that maybe it was about his wife.
It could be, but let's not tell Kim that. Although Kim is the type that's like, "What else you got?"
Right. She's hysterical.
I'm going to pass on it. What else you got? I'd like to hear some other options.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Now, I can't play very much because I'm putting this up on Facebook. But and every time I play too much of your song, while I'm on Facebook, they kick me off.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do, because of the licensing. But here's what I did. I got enough of it that I think I can get away with this. Okay. I think I finally detect the West Virginia accent in your singing. I was never clear on this before, but listen to this. Hear how you say it, and then I got some help, all right? Wait a minute, see if I can, hold on, I got to hit the button over here. Wait a minute. Oh, come on, don't work. Oh, here we go.
I wasn't always spiritual.
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 Spiritual. Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Spiritual. Spiritual. Spiritual. Spiritual. Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Spiritual. Spiritual. Who says spiritual?
It's spiritual. The word is spiratual, Brad. Spirit.
It rhymes better with miracle when you say it the right way.
I knew you were doing it for the rhyme's sake, but it just, when I hear that, I'm like,
It
spiritual.
doesn't say spiritual. Are you spiritual or not?
Yeah, I guess. I asked a couple people here at the station, and they actually say it like you. I always thought it was spiritual. Spiritual. There you go. There's like a Yule at the end.
Well,
But you look.
this is what we're talking about.
No, I just think it's fun. I just thought we'd have a little fun, you know. A little fun.
That's, yeah.
Hey, so I do want to ask you about this. This really caught my attention.
Okay.
The Brad Paisley World Tour through summer into the fall. So let me get this straight. After you tour virtually the entire U.S., you're going to go to Denmark, Sweden, Germany, the Netherlands, England, and Ireland over the course of a week. So I wanted to ask, is that really a world tour or just a way to turn a European family vacation into a tax deduction?
Oh, that's, you know what? That's a great point. Fair point. It's also a way to pay for your European vacation.
Right.
But you know what? It's really. We did this the last time I played over there. Took the family over. It's life changing.
See, I'm right. It really is going to be a family vacation.
As a kid.
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said it really is going to be a family vacation.
I think so. I mean, they may not be there for the whole thing, but ideally, they got to get some culture.
I know. Well, your kids are growing up fast. I know that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till August 10th. You're going to be at Bristow at Jiffy Lube again, so you get to put up with me. And
Are you going to actually just buy a ticket again and sit out there and not even tell me you're there?
Yeah, that's what I do because, that way I figure, like your wife says, she goes out and sits at the sound booth and waits for you to look at her. And I just, I always want to see if I could like make faces at you or something like that.
Yeah, right. Well, you can.
No, but I'm going to come back and pester you.
I'd love to hang. This time tell me you're there.
I will. But I don't want to butt in, and I know you're busy and whatever. But I'm a fan, so I will be there August 10th, jumping up and down.
Well, I always look forward to seeing you.
Everything.
You're so much fun.
How are you doing? Are you good?
I'm good.
Good. You look
I'm
good.
fine.
You really. So you're at a coffee shop Friday night. I was teasing you about that. But so this guy, his family is friends with your family. You guys go to Lake Tahoe on vacation together. I'm thrilled just to get backstage with you. You never invite me to Lake Tahoe, but that's
When
all
you
right.
open a coffee shop, I'll play it.
Really? Do I have that on
Sure.
tape? We have that on tape?
Yes.
I will
But You're
open-
a long way from opening a coffee shop, so I don't feel too much pressure right now.
I'm going to open one just because I can open it with Brad Paisley.
All right.
All right, cool. Brad, I love you, man.
I love you too, buddy. It's great talking to you, and I'll see you soon, I hope.
August 10th for sure.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, take care.
You too.
Bye-bye. Oh, that was cool. So there's Brad Paisley. Rachel, did you just hear what he said? If I open a coffee shop, he'll come and play it. How much does it cost to open a coffee shop? Does anybody know? We have to open one. Now I got to open a coffee shop. That would be awesome. We've got to have how cool would this be? A country coffee shop. And Brad Paisley would help me do the grand opening. Maybe I should call it 1010 Coffee Talk. I think you're right, Chris. We just came up with the name. Coffee Talk at 1010. That's what we're going to do. We should open a country coffee shop because who drinks coffee more than country listeners and fans? That's a really good idea. Brad Paisley just gave me a brainstorm, and you guys could help me open it. We could open it at 10:10 in the morning, and we could have Brad Paisley playing there. Now I got to figure out where to put the coffee shop. Oh, in our studio? Yeah, but this wouldn't be a good place to have coffee because then you have to stop and get out. I would want to have a drive-through. You got to have a drive-through. You drink more whiskey. Well, that's what I need to do. We need to that's the whole thing. Suppose we can make it a coffee shop bar. We'd have to get a liquor license for that, though. That would be an Irish coffee shop, right? We could have whiskey and coffee. Brian's on his third cup. I would have already made at $4 a cup, $12 from Brian. About $200,000, Scotty says, to open a coffee shop. It might be cheaper just to hire Brad to come and do a concert. Rachel, you'd work with us? Michael J's Country Coffee. There's already a lot of coffee shops, though. That's the only thing I'm wondering about. What is this? Scotty just sent me, trying to see what that is. Scotty just sent me something here. Great big G. Anyway, yeah, so we just learned quite a bit from Brad Paisley. We got the story on his new single. We found out he will play my coffee shop. He's honored to be on the new Mick Jagger live album. And he told the story of co-writing it with Gary Nicholson. So I think that was a cool chat with Brad. He's always very cool. That is what's going on.